What's going on, guys? It's Krueger here. I've gotten a suggestion for a very long time to make a top 10, top 15, some sort of top ranking for diamond characters, epic equipments, all sorts of things. And there's more to come, but in this video, I want to rank top 10 of the best diamonds in MK Mobile. Now, here's the thing. There is not going to be any golds on this list, well, because it is a diamond top 10. I thought it'd be easier to rank them separately because they are two different tiers, and I just don't really think you should rate them the same. And also, this is my opinion. I did not do a community top 10 like list where I took your guys' top results. In the future, I might also be doing that. But for now, this is just going to be my own opinion. And so it is subject to be debated. You know, like, it isn't going to be the same as everyone else's opinion. But let's just get right into this and start ranking out the best 10 diamonds in the game. So number 10, we have Classic Liu Kang. Now, he is kind of low on this list, but Classic Liu Kang is still an incredibly strong card with the ability to have power drain immunity, regeneration from fire, and I just think, personally, his biggest issue is fusion level. I am ranking based on fusion level, like their use overall from fusion 0 to 10, and I just feel like he isn't the easiest card to use at fusion level 0, especially for tower battles. At fusion level 0, you don't see many people beating the hardest battles with Classic Liu Kang. He also has no ability to apply fire against bosses, so his SP2, where it shoots down fire, it doesn't do that much damage. But one of the best things going for him is obviously his SP2 spam, the normal special attack 2 that isn't the one with the fire. This one, if you configure him correctly, can be used to spam back to back to back to back, which can do a ton of damage if you set up a talent that gives you bonuses for stunned or frozen enemies. Also, equipments have bonuses in certain cases to give extra damage for enemies that have been frozen or stunned, and that's when he can really dominate. At number 9, we have MK11 Jade. I know, she is very much hated, but MK11 Jade is still a very useful card, especially for the MK11 team. I'm ranking her just in support and also in attack, which she is both really good. She doesn't rely on too much luck. I mean, her ability just kind of works most of the time, compared to something like Assassin Jade, which is only a small chance. And her SP2, it isn't as good as her SP1. The best thing about her special attack 2 is just that it is a block breaker. But let's move on to number 8. And at number 8, we have Dark Fate Terminator. He's a very safe and powerful card to use. His Resurrection, cripple on special attack 1, and amazing damage on SP attack 2 with the ability to blind the opponent. I have him kind of low because of his enjoyability. When his endoskeleton comes back to life, it's kind of boring to play. There's no special attacks. You just have to attack the opponent for the time being, but he is still very safe in that regard. At fusion level 0, he is extremely useful for his X-ray and fatal blow resistance. When MK11 Scorpion goes in for the crushing blow, he will resist it. He is also perfect if you don't have any brutality gear that can revive, because he has his own ability to come back and revive. At Fusion 0, he won't be doing as much damage, but at Fusion level 10, he will. So from Fusion level 0 to 10, he still is very useful, and that's why I think he deserves the number 8 spot. At number 7, we have Injustice 2 Raiden. This was actually my favorite character in Mortal Kombat before Update 2.0, and maybe a little bit after 2.0. It got taken by a few other characters though, of course. This is still one of the best characters in the game because he has some of the best combo enders and basic attacks in general. With his ability to apply snare on SP attack 2, he also has active power drain, which is basically this yellow stuff that's on the opponent during the game and that's causing power drain. It is extremely useful and also synergizes very well with the classic team. He doesn't even need to be on a full Injustice team. He can be used with so many different teams, and you can also just use him as the main fighter on your team in general. At Fusion level 0, I think he's a lot weaker, and that's why he's kind of low on this list. At number 6, we have Strikeforce Johnny Cage. Hands down, one of the best fighters in the entire game. He is also extremely fast and has amazing combo enders. The Strikeforce team is one of the safest teams to play, so you definitely were going to be seeing this character at the top of this list. SP Attack 1 causes Power Drain, and SP Attack 2 causes Snare. Both an incredible lineup, and also his Brutality Gear synergizes very well with him as a character. He's very fun to play. At number 5, we have Strikeforce Scorpion. You probably saw this coming. Like I said, the Strikeforce team is the safest team to play in the game. They are incredible, they have good damage, and they also are just recommended for beginners without any sort of Brutality Gear, because you don't need any big builds for them. You can still beat an Elder difficulty without any Brutality Gear or epic equipments. I do still believe you can do that. Now, Strikeforce Scorpion isn't just useful for the Strikeforce team, he is also useful for many other lineups. He's one of the core parts of trying to beat difficult Fatal Tower battles. You put him on with a character like Hanzo Asashi Scorpion or other risky characters to play that are your damage dealers, and he is the best support. And at Fusion level 10, he's also extremely useful because he can do a lot of damage at that fusion. But yeah, Fusion 0 to 10, this is hands down one of the best characters in the game, and I hope if you don't have a copy of him, you do get one, because he will change your account for the better. At number 4, we have MK11 Fujin. I wanted to put him higher up on this list, but I think this is a good spot for him, because he does have a few faults. Fujin is one of the best supports in this game. He has an incredible Hurricane Lord passive, which basically does damage to the opponent and causes cripple and slows their attack speed. His SP2 also applies stun. I think one of his biggest weaknesses is probably his SP Attack 1, which doesn't do much. It does have the Dispel effect, but that alone is just not enough, in my opinion. At Fusion 0, Fujin is still very useful and can be used to synergize with characters like Classic Rain, or dot characters like Pyromancer Tanya. You could go for so many strategies, even using Brutality Gear on, let's say, MK11 Raiden, Classic Raiden. You get my point, right? If you tag in with Classic Raiden on a non-boss battle, then Classic Raiden will do his 30% tag in damage. And if you have the entire team soaked and with Hurricane Lord, that's just going to be absolutely ridiculous. It's uncontested. Fujin also doesn't just work with MK11 characters. You can put him on an Elder God team, so his versatility puts him very high up as well on this list. Damage-wise, he doesn't do much at Fusion level 0, but that's okay because he still is a good support. At number 3, we have Nightmare Freddy Krueger. This is arguably the best Nightmare character from the Nightmare lineup in MK Mobile. His lethal damage is just insane, and his SP1 is extremely strong and it applies Snare. His SP2 is also very strong and can do a ton of damage, like ridiculous amounts. For tower battles, he's a champion, along with his ability to get a shield right after he uses his SP Attack 2. Freddy is very versatile and easy to play. He can be used on many teams, which is why I rank him this high on the list. I think his Fusion level 0 value is going to be a lot worse, though, than some of the other characters on this list. At number 2, we have Classic Rain. This is one of the best characters in the game, hands down. I mean, he's number 2 at the top diamonds, in my opinion, so that obviously adds up. But at Fusion level X, he is just a powerhouse. But at Fusion level 0, he is still one of the best supports in the game. You can use him with so many combos. As mentioned previously, MK11 Fujin, Classic Rain, MK11 Raiden with Brutality Gear, all sorts of combinations, even dots. He is just so strong. Team soaking was one of the best things they've ever added into MK Mobile. His combo enders are also amazing. Like when the opponent is down right after he uses SP attack 2, for example, you can immediately use a special 1 attack, which can just stun your opponent in a endless loop where you can just keep spamming SP1. I think at Fusion Level X, he's going to be a much better fighter. I mean, obviously, because he's going to have more damage and health. I feel like at Fusion Level 0, he's more of a support, but right at Fusion Level X, he becomes more of your main attacker / DPS, doing so much damage where you can pretty much just main him alone without even having to rely on his team soak. One of the last things going for him is that he's also just so fun to play. A blast. One of my favorite characters in this game, hands down. Let me just name one of the best teams that you can use with him. Classic Liu Kang, Injustice 2 Raiden, Classic Raiden, Classic Movie Raiden. All of those characters work so well with him. Before we get to the number 1 spot, I do want to go over some honorable mentions. Some people didn't make this list, but I think it's wrong to not say their name in any way or put them somewhere in a top ranking. One of my honorable mentions is MK11 Sub-Zero, with his amazing support value and good combo under rework that just happened a couple updates ago. He's able to save the MK11 teammates with the little Frost clone, besides himself, of course, but also with his fun gameplay and useful passive, he really does deserve to be honorably mentioned here on our list. The next honorable mention is Classic Movie Raiden. At Fusion Level 0 to 10, his strength is almost unmatched. He could be one of the best Fusion Level 0 characters, but I think he works best with this gear called Shintai of the North. When you use SP Attack 2, you have a chance to freeze the opponent if they're already frostbitten. This synergizes really well with Classic Rain and was actually used to beat some of the hardest battles in the White Lotus Tower Fatal, even at Fusion Level 0. Yes, it's crazy, but without Shintai of the North, and also his really tricky combo unders. I have an Instagram video to show why it's tricky, because he just attacks endlessly and endlessly and endlessly. Oh, that bugs me a lot. Honorable mention number 3 is MK11 Joker, with his versatile gameplay and great combo unders, such switching of the card decks to get the most damage possible. He is so much better than Nightwolf. In MK11, you can't use 2 of the passives for Nightwolf at once. But it's still unfortunate because in MK11, you can still use multiple of his abilities in the game. But in MK Mobile, you can only use 1 of the abilities for MK11 Nightwolf's passive. But MK11 Joker, you can switch as soon as you're done with the 3 cards. And he also has incredible power generation, so if you put something like Terminator's Piece on, you can just keep spamming SP2 endlessly and do a ton of damage. It's also known as a stun loop. A classic Liu Kang used to have one, but he doesn't have a good one anymore. So at number 4, I want to make sure that we honorably mention MK11 Liu Kang. Now, everything about him is really good. He's aesthetically pleasing, he's fun to play, and he's also pretty good. But I don't think he makes the top 10, and there's some faults with him for that. But number 1, his special attack 1 is pretty good, and it's unblockable if he has his little fire passive, which gives him 25% chance for unblockable special attacks. At max level for his passive, he's able to dodge for 15 seconds on evasion characters, like Jason, Assassin Jade, well, the entire Assassin team when Jade is there. Also, the SP2 on Liu Kang does a lot of damage, like an incredible amount. But we have some faults. Number 1, 15 seconds is not a lot of time, alright? It just isn't. So when you play this team at Fusion Level 0, like the entire MK11 Liu Kang team, it's gonna struggle a lot. For Fatal battles, I was able to complete a few using Fusion Level like 1 or 2 MK11 team with MK11 Liu Kang. But the minute we started getting up to battles like 196, that became practically impossible to use. I will say maybe some better playing would have helped, but MK11 Jade still wrecked him. Liu Kang is a very vulnerable card and has no power drain whatsoever, but he does have a crushing blow, which helps. Overall, I still think he's one of the best supports for the MK11 team, but I think Jade and Sub-Zero are just vastly different and better for the MK11 team than he is. Although, he has to make this list somewhere. But let's move on to the number 1 spot. And now, our number 1 spot, we have MK11 Scorpion. Yeah, guys, I'm a simp for MK11 Scorpion. Let's go over some of the reasons why I put him at number 1. His attacking damage is ridiculously good, and his chaining on SP1 is unlike any other. His combo enders might be the best in the game, hands down. Just like, what other character has better combo enders? And also, his enjoyability. Who doesn't enjoy playing MK11 Scorpion? I can't think of a single soul who's played MK11 Scorpion and didn't go, wow, this is extremely fun to play. He's literally the advertised face for MK Mobile. Back when he came out in 2.0, he became the face of this app. Everybody played him. There's so many teams, everybody wants him, and the pack to get him is permanent. His only weakness, I'd say, is his SP attack 2, but everything else he has going for him makes up for it. He applies cripple and SP attack 1 as long as you get a certain percentage on the SP attack 1, which is 90%. MK11 Scorpion is also a great support, if you didn't know. If you tag him in, he has fire casted onto the opponent, along with combo enders applying fire at some point, as long as you do the one where he flips and hits the opponent. But we all recognize him as just pretty much the best DPS in the game. Fusion level 0 to 10, still one of the best cards. Go for him if you haven't already, because he's just simply broken. Absolutely busted. Well, what do you think of my top 10 list? You think it's good? Make sure to leave a comment down below if you disagree with any of my picks and where you would re-rank them according to your own opinion. I think my list isn't going to be the best list, obviously, but I just wanted to share it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and let me just give a big shout out to my YouTube members. We have Mr. Valkimo, Coing, Titan, LBX God Op, Metal Crab 3001, Shaw Crow Lin, Catherine, Ramakoi, Noxon, Grim, Hamakaz's channel, Unreal Pete, ProView Optical, The Mist, Ronaldo, Jeremy, Bagor, NNA Blaster, Ghosty XL, Heymuth, 3WPS, Plain Punch, Poppy Garcia Official, Devil, Stefano, Presh GG, Protex Hayes, Ali Imran, Karin, SC Zucky 97, BB, Frenzo, Exares, Shadow Sparkles, Jewful Candle, Friendly Guy with a Spurger, Grimmeramia, Overkill 80, Fitzmagic, Massive Cool, Rosislav, Siege's Empire, Random, Fierce Wolf, and MK Fire. And yeah, peace out.